Like Silent Hill 2 is like baby's first Silent Hill. You said, well, everyone says it's fun with a friend, and that's literally it.
Who tell me they like Resident Evil 5? You're wrong. That game is terrible. It's ass. It's garbage. It's doo-doo. It's that stuff that comes out of your butthole. It's shit. Number 2, it is a garbage game. Stop buying video games on day one. Stop buying them on day one launch, because these games are most likely buggy as all hell.
Rockstar does the same thing where you can, like, Steam, you purchase something on Steam, and then you try to open it, and it's like, oh no, you need this other third-party launcher. And it's like, what? Earlier, in Resident Evil 1, where Chris laughs at Wesker, and he's like, Wesker's like, Chris, stop it!
Joined by the illustrious, smart, and laid-back Kelsey Fearless. Yo, what is going on? How are y'all today?
What is up, everyone?
Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everyone around the world. I am your favorite friendly neighborhood beard bro, Mr. Kennedy. And I am joined once again by the beautiful, smart, and laid-back, illustrious Kelsey Fearless. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing well. Ken, how are you doing today?
Well rested. And I'll be even better next week because I'm taking a vacation. So.
Oh, you need that.
Yeah, 4 days off is what I need. How are y'all doing, folks? Welcome to episode 24 of the Hot Takes podcast. 24 of these things.
Or 24.
Yes, we're making a record here. You know, it's funny. You only need 6 more episodes to tie with my original podcast that I did that was so bad back in the day.
Oh, we got this.
Yeah, but we got a lot for y'all today. A lot of news about layoffs, because that's going to be the trend from now on, because every time you turn around, some studios being shut down. People are being fired.
We're in the video game crash. Industry crash is in full effect.
Yeah, I think this is worse than 83. I think this is much worse.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? It's way bigger industry.
Yes, it is. It's more, it's more serious than a whole bunch of ET video games that got buried in the desert. That's a true story.
Right? I think we launched them into space now. I'm sure at this point we'll just launch them into space. You'll see all the copies of Concorde forming them our own satellite. You know?
I could go for that. Anyways,
right?
Though, let's get into everything here. For those of y'all who are excited about GTA 6, there is a rumor going around that they're trying to get the game to be $100 at launch. So not the $70 or $75 that we pay now. They want it to be $100.
Games are already $100 in Canadian. Yeah, I know.
And
I'm so happy that I'm PC, because, geez, Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't even going to come out for a year after. So yeah. I don't even care.
And they already want to sell that for $100, and to that I say,
yeah.
Boo!
Yeah.
Y'all can have that shit.
Let me see. Yeah, that's about 150 Canadian dollars. Plus tax, that will be 150 Canadian dollars. And that's just, Canada. Think of everyone else. Like, that is sickening. For a lot of people, that's literally, that's their entire month's salary. That's, 3 months' rent. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
True. And they're using the whole Call of Duty, like how popular the new Call of Duty is, as an excuse to be able to hike the price up. And I'm like,
yeah, I'm still gonna buy it. Maybe. I'll be patient, but I'll probably buy it maybe a little after, but I would pay $100 Canadian for that fully. In my opinion, $100 Canadian. I fucking love GTA 5 because I love the online. I loved playing with buddies and stuff, but on PC it's useless now. It's all hackers on PC. There's no point in playing it. It's all hackers and whales now, right? But if I had enough people to play GTA 6 with online, Yeah, okay, that would be worth $100, $150. No, I'll wait for a sale.
Yeah, I'm not paying that much money for any game. Not anytime soon. Like the only way I would pay money for that is if it was a Dino Crisis remake.
Well, yeah, there's some games I did uh like Silent Hill 2. That game was about $100, close to. That you know what I mean? But I am not buying all these games on release. I was already sickened that I had to pay that The Last of Us. I had to get that on a key shop. Shout out all key shop. Sorry. But I had to get a key for it, and it was still $60.
Damn,
And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Damn, even
Yeah.
on the cheaper sites is still a lot of money. Come on now.
Yeah, $60 Canadian. It's awful.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Because even for us over here, you know, you're paying like $75 as it is,
Yeah,
and it's like, come on, man. Like
that's what I'm saying.
it's already, the systems are already costing a lot of money. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
even the average controller, like the PC, not PC, but PlayStation controller, Xbox controllers, still 60,
Oh, God.
$70.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Like that, yeah, there's only some games I want to pay, like I'll pay full price for. But yeah, it's like, it's actually ridiculous at this point. Because yeah, Silent Hill was like $79.99 Canadian or something like that. I got Elden Ring last month, but that was with CD keys. It was still $40. Got The Last of Us, even with CD keys, it was still $60. Which I guess, if you think about it, if I have to rationalize it and not go insane, that was the price of, got that for the price of one new game. But like, what the fuck? This one, I'm glad I don't, like, I'm patient. I'm really patient, so I don't,
Yeah,
what's the point? I'm not gonna day one everything. There's some games I'll day one, but
I just
not
wait.
all of them.
At this point, I just wait for things to come down because I don't have the money to throw around like that. You know, just for
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's bad enough that they release these games with bugs in them. They're not fully optimized the way that they're supposed to be, and they expect
Yep.
us to pay full price. It doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense
and
to me.
and that's why, like, for this whole thing for GTA, I'm like, still, it's gonna take it usually takes a year anyways for them it's usually PlayStation exclusive. So, we'll see. But, yep,
Yeah, it just
this is
doesn't
trying to get
make-
their money where they can,
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense. And then they nickel and dime us with DLC on top of that. So
Oh, yeah, and do you know how much money they make off online? There's a reason it's been 12 years. They made so much money off Grand Theft Auto 5 online, and that's why I'm like, meh, anyways, because I know that by the time I get to online on PC, it's already going to be microtransaction to hell, like,
yeah, I mean,
I just want to
it also
play.
doesn't it also doesn't help that they released it on damn near every console out there. So
Yeah.
you know, they went the Resident Evil 4 route. They just put it on every system. It'll
Yeah.
probably be on the next PlayStation system.
Right?
You know.
Ugh.
But yeah, y'all can keep that shit. Anyways, though, let's move on here. Until Dawn remake developers. It says Ballistic Moon effectively closed. So that's another development
Right.
company. Now, I'm gonna read this first, and then I'm gonna ask a logical question. It says Inside Gaming has learned that after the layoffs that were publicly announced in September 2024, roughly 40 employees or so were let go. The remaining staff was kept to offer post-launch support and development on Until Dawn after its October release in December 2024. However, the company quietly laid off the staff as well. resulting in 20 or more developers losing their jobs. So
Yep. Nostalgia in chat. Summarize this. Until Dawn remaster remake when? We are corrupt. We are creatively bankrupt here. Like, everything that has been new has flopped. Everything that they have tried to add a new twist to has flopped. We had all these fucking remakes that were mid. My God.
I have to ask a perfectly logical question. Is there anybody besides two people that asked for Until Dawn remake?
No.
I'll give y'all a couple of
There's so
seconds.
many remakes and remasters that have been out that have been like,
Nobody asked for it.
Peru.
Nobody wanted this, and it's just like, it just seems like at this point they're just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks.
And it's such a story-heavy game. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a story-heavy game that, yeah, I know, people are losing the plot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely out of ideas because they're bringing, I mean, these games are not even that old that they need a remaster. Like, weren't they on the PS4?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Jason in chat, I wouldn't bother remake if it wasn't $60. See? That's the thing, right? Like, they also charge full price, and unless they've added a lot, they've changed a lot. I don't know how different it actually looked, but the fact that everyone is banking on, the fact that everyone's banking on that is, like, horrible.
yeah, like, I don't like them interactive games, man. This stuff, that's just not my cup of tea. And a lot of people that do like that, I mean, more power to you. But I don't see anybody asking for a remake of a game from last generation. Like, those games aren't even...
Yeah, it's soon.
I mean, a PS4 looks great. The PS4 games still look great.
Yeah, I know.
What does it need a remaster for? Just port it over to the PS5.
I don't know what it looks like. What is it? Like, it depends on how much it looks like. Like, how, let me see. Because I never got into, I could see it. But what year, what year was Until Dawn? 2015, so that's about 10 years.
Yeah, I mean...
Yep, 2015, yeah. Holy crap, see, I don't know. I just want, like, I would prefer new games in series. There's a lot of series that they are going back and remaking when it would be so much nicer to have us, you know what I mean? I'm just getting tired of the remakes, I think.
Yeah,
I would like something new. I would like a new series. Something.
They're leaning...
That's my qualm.
They're leaning too much on this stuff, and this is just it's letting us know that they don't have any ideas. They don't have anything else. So it's like, you know, ever since the Resident Evil 2 remake did good, not everybody wants to do remakes. Like, we got the Silent Hill 2 one. We got the Metal Gear Solid 3 that's coming out, Delta Snake Eater. You know, they remade Horizon Zero Dawn from PS4. Now they're remastering. They were going to remaster Until Dawn. Like, come on now.
Yeah. Well, they're remaking it.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Jason. I love Metal Gear Solid to death, and I'm gonna buy Delta Snake Eater. I've been hyped about it.
You are.
So,
I know. That's just. I think it's just like every week at this point we have watched so many remakes and remasters be launched and fail. Or it's actually insane how many there are. I just want new games.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not. I know it's not, because the problem is no one can take chances right now. Matt Damon was totally correct about that on Hot Ones. Ever since the death of physical media, you can't take chances. Like, go into a game store and show me where the PC games are.
Oh, all of that stuff is online. Like, when it comes to GameStop,
yeah,
they sell it for full price on their website. and it's usually like a mediocre section of games because they don't have a lot of licenses.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
that totally makes sense. So it uses smaller studios. Yeah, and that's what kind of put me off to. That's kind of what put me off of The Last of Us at first, right? And that's the problem on PC is we get awful ports. Like Jason went on PC. Like The Last of Us, I now remember why I didn't like it, and now I now remember why, and that's because it was horrible, and apparently Naughty Dog had to apologize and fix it, which is awful because I love The Last of Us. Like, I really, really, really missed out on a fantastic game because when I first bought it, it couldn't run. I had to refund it.
Yes, I mean, and the thing is, it's not even just that. We'll get to the next one along the lines, but you know, the Dead Space remake port was hot garbage. They had to patch that. It's like get y'all stuff together now. You know, the new Monster Hunter Wilds. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but people are complaining about performance issues on that game.
PC keeps losing,
and it's like, yo. Get y'all stuff together, man. This is what I'm talking about. They expect us to pay full price for broken games and broken ports. It's like, you know, I remember back in the day, one of the Batman games, I forget what it was. I think it was Arkham Knight.
Arkham Asylum?
No, not Arkham Asylum.
Or one of the Arkham ones.
Arkham Knight, I think it was completely unplayable on PC.
Yeah.
Like, the optimization was horrendous. It was choppy as all hell on all PCs, not just lower ends, not just mid-range. High-end PCs were having problems playing it.
Yeah, when I, like, The Last of Us, one still has a CPU problem because, well, like, let's see right now. When only have right now, I'm only using 20% CPU in total. When I play The Last of Us, my GPU is sitting at 50%. My CPU is maxed at 99. And I'm sitting here like, that is using like almost 80% of my CPU. And mine's it's a Ryzen 7 5800. Like, it shouldn't be, sorry.
Yeah. The thing is, that's what makes these games so damn choppy, because it's using all the resources.
Jason is exactly right. It is because there's too many configurations. That is the biggest problem, because you can design for a console, and the chips in the consoles are actually really good for decompressing optimization, and then you take it, because like I said, when it puts minimum requirements, that is actually more so like, you better have these. Yeah,
or else you're shit out of luck. You know, it's insane. They need to get their stuff together, man, because, you know, it's just the video game.
You can't move.
Go ahead.
You're just losing money out the gate.
That's all. Are. But that's the thing. Like, I used to work security for EA. I told y'all this. They have that mentality, just get the game out. Like, they have a deadline, and they don't care what the game looks like. They don't care if it's unfinished. As long as you get it out to the stores by that deadline, that's all these companies care about.
And then you can day one it.
Yeah.
And then you can day one patch it.
Yeah, and then they just send patches out to the game after that. It's bullshit. Yeah. Anyways, though.
Anyway.
You know, we got more layoffs here. PlayStation.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Just when I was starting to compliment PlayStation, they go and they kick you right in the gut. You know, liking PlayStation is kind of like, you know, you meet somebody nice and you shake their hand and then they headbutt you. That's PlayStation right there.
That's Sony. The way that I've been seeing how they treat their platform and the people that use it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, oh man, it's saying that it's saying that this is across everywhere, especially Malaysia, which I didn't even know they had employees out there, but they laid off 20 employees over there. It said the second round of layoffs is spanned, so they laid people off over a span of a month. Like, they don't even have the actual number of all employees because it's still going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, they're just cutting people. And I'm like, this is all, it says it laid, most of their team was laid off. And I'm just like, wow, they have yet to comment on the full amount of people that they laid off. But this is bad because, again, this is a product of everybody when we were going through the pandemic. And they were just hiring up all of these people and hoarding people. And they don't need these people anymore.
No.
That's why all these...
No, I said this earlier, though. It's really bad. Like, once Japanese markets start to get hit, Japan has been in deflation since, like, what, the 90s? Like, if Sony goes under, that market is fucked. Like, fucked. Like, the Japanese market already is so volatile and is hanging on. They've been in deflation for fucking decades. And, like, when I saw Sony starting to do it, like, yeah, they are going to, trim off the fat, but, like, if it starts coming for their Japanese division, they are done. Japan cannot have such a huge conglomerate be gone in their economy.
Yeah, because, I mean, what else are they going to have? Nintendo? Because Xbox, they don't care about this shit over there. Like, Xbox is an American thing. So
PC is all
so it's like
PlayStation.
It's bad, and it's funny because they got the nerve to want to launch a new beta program that allows players to test upcoming PS5 and PC games and more.
Oh yeah.
So I'm guessing they're gonna do like EA did. They just bring people in off the streets to play test their games.
No, I think what they're actually doing is let me see. Is it actually there? Because I figured that they are just, with that, I figured they're just having people sign up and then they're using data collection and crash reports.
Well, it says Sony has announced a brand new beta program at PlayStation that aims to be centralized place for players to register their interest in trying out a range of future PlayStation betas, including testing out participating PS5 and PC games. So it is going to be a sign up, like a registration.
Yeah. And so as I thought, gotta sign an NDA. I mean, like, an NDA totally makes sense. I've had to sign NDAs at jobs and stuff, right?
Yeah, because they don't want their stuff to get leaked. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
You know, and it started like literally. What was the date of this article here? Let's see. What was the date? So this was last week. So it literally started last week when they started pushing out that program.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting. So people are starting to sign up. It says to be part of this program, players will need a valid PlayStation Network account. In good standing, they must live in a region where the beta program at PlayStation is available, and they must be of legal age in their region.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to, I mean, I don't know what you get for that, because at least with EA, they give you free games. They gave you 4 free games every time. That's how they pay their people with games. So it doesn't say if you get free games or anything, but.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. You just get access. But I guess, like, honestly, actual game testing is fucking awful. Here you go, you get one section and you have to replay this section over and 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 over for 8 hours. And then report back with all your recordings. Thank you. Bye. Here's your $50. Like that, everyone's like, oh, I would love to test games till they're shut, till they're here. They have to be recorded with a microphone. Their camera has to be pointed at them, and they're sitting here doing the same thing for 8 hours. Like, yeah.
Oh man, This is interesting. I mean, they're gonna have to find people because they gutted their divisions. So it's like,
Yeah, I know.
so they're gonna have total strangers test this stuff out. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I'm not cracking on it. You need people to test it, but if you're gonna do shit like this, then why do y'all keep putting out broken ass games then? If you have people play test this stuff,
Yeah.
that's my question. Yo,
Outsource. You know?
yeah, you know what? I think that's probably what it's gonna end up being, outsourced outside the country.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous, man. It is
That's
ridiculous.
how it goes.
We'll just have to see how it goes. Let's move on here. So apparently, a twisted metal game. I don't know why I said metal. A twisted metal game, has been canceled because what they were gonna do was they was gonna have people, like, you be able to jump out of the car and go and fight people like it's a Grand Theft Auto game or something.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they
Yeah, that
canceled
was
that.
weird.
I'm glad they put the kibosh on that because that's not twisted metal, yo.
No, it's not. And nothing, man. I get, like, it got canceled. I can remember when that got announced. That was last year? Year
Yeah.
before that? I remember when that got announced. And yeah, there are some good IPs that, you know, it is sad because a lot of IPs were turned into video games like this, but, like, so many have been canceled.
Yeah.
Or they had licensing issues. Ugh.
Yeah, saying that, due to a lot of this stuff, the reason why it was canceled was because of layoffs back in 2024.
Yeah.
So that's why that game was
Yeah.
canceled. But the fact that somebody actually thought that it would have been a good idea to change what the game has been about all of these years, you don't mess with stuff like
Yep.
that.
No, and once again, like I said, you can't anymore, because people don't like it. Ooh, refund. The ceiling for refunds, again, I'm always going to go back to Matt Dane. The ceiling for refunds, think of how much money they would make on, say there's a really bad game. Think of how many sales they would make just from the fact that, okay, I bought the physical CD. Do I really care this much to drive all the way back to wherever and return it? Maybe I'll try it, and then, but on Steam, oh, I don't like this. I've played it for less than 2 hours, instant refund. It's things like that. Like, a lot of people will hate games and just won't even return them.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
the other thing. That's how a lot of bad games got through and didn't bankrupt companies before. But like I said, go into a game store and show me where the where the PC game section is.
Yeah, they don't have it.
They don't do PC games. No,
And the
no
reason-
such thing.
The reason why they don't do it is because
Yeah.
they can't sell used PC games. They need physical
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
So you got
Exactly.
you have to have the physical games. That's how they make their money. They try to sell it online for full price.
Yep.
But even the
Exactly, which doesn't make sense.
even the retro game section, like if you're trying to get Super Nintendo stuff on their site, I love Super Nintendo, but I'm not paying $70-$80 for a game that came out in 1994.
Yeah. That actually, you know what? I just realized that. Why are we paying physical prices? There's no production. There's no logistics and shipping and delivery and order. Why are we still paying this price?
Because
Why are we paying the same price? Yeah, I know why.
because it's just because they like dicking us around.
Yeah. Yeah, they just wanted us to become okay with it. But yeah, I just realized that. Yeah. I support physical as well, Jason.
There really is no reason that they do it because they can do it, and they know people are gonna buy it because they know people want these games.
Yeah, and I'm saying the stores don't even take that big of a cut. like probably still less of a cut than, the production companies, the shipping companies, the packaging, like.
Yeah. And you look at places like GameStop, they're bullshit, man, because I know that most of these games, they come through the same store multiple times, and they'll give you $5 for a game. You pay $70 for a brand new game, and then you beat it, you bring it back.
Everyone's had that.
They give you 25% of what you paid, and then they'll turn around and sell it for $70 on the shelf.
Yep. It says, my GameStop just went in business. Oh, I am so sorry that your local vendor of Funko Pops went under. Like, they don't sell games. Like, they don't sell games. I've gone into game stores now, and it's, like, all merch. It's all merch, and most of that merch, I
went in there and I saw it was a Dragon Ball ramen bowl, and I was like, really? I'm like, is this supposed to be a game
I know.
store,
they
man?
have stuff like that. I've seen those. Yeah. And it's one of those things where I can go around to, like, just around the corner to, like, a Spencer's or something, and literally the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because they're not selling nothing. Like, nobody's buying stuff from physical stores anymore, man.
Yeah, I know.
But it's bad. Anyways, though, let's move on, because we're still on the subject of PlayStation. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody already figured this out already, but PlayStation they're slowly phasing out the PS4. The PS4 is going bye-bye. It's saying that, because this console launched back in 2013, but if y'all notice, they started pulling PS4 games from the PlayStation Plus stuff because they're getting rid of the PS4. They're already talking about the PS6.
Yep, exactly.
Not every console can beat a PS2 that lasted 12 years.
Yeah, but PS2 had a great run. Incredible run. Like, oh man, that was peak gaming, honestly. PS2 and PS3 peak gaming. Oh man, so good.
Yeah, this is a statement from Sony itself. It says it will slowly phase out the PS4 games in favor of focusing on PS5 titles. More specifically, from January 2026 onwards, PlayStation will focus on offering PS5 titles for the monthly games and game catalogs for PS Plus members. Of course, this does not mean that a PS4 title will never be included. It just says it'll be a lot less regular occurrence. So yeah, basically they're getting rid of it, man. They're getting rid of. That's why they're doing all these damn remasters, so that people don't have to play PS4 games anymore.
Oh yeah, exactly. But I mean, you can literally all your PS4 games just go on your PS5. So.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool, like what they did if they do it like how Control does it, or like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 remake, where you can just update it. Like say, like
you do, yeah.
When I had the Xbox One before I got the Series X, I was able to have that option when I got the Series X to upgrade it up to the remastered graphics.
Yep. That's what it usually does. At the very least, I know that if you have a PS4 and you get PS5, all your games get ported over.
Which is good. I mean, if
they do that, yeah.
If they do that, then at least it will make it easier for people who have to transition from the older consoles over to the new ones. That way you don't
Frig, you can still buy off the PS3 store.
Yeah, I mean, it would just if they do that, because the fact of the matter is they shouldn't be having people having to buy the same game over and over again. It's true. So it's like if you're a PS4 player, you should be able to just take that physical game and be able to play it on PS5 and just upgrade it, and that's it. Like, why would you have to pay?
Yep, you can already do that.
For some of them, not all the games do that.
Really? I thought it was on your account. You could just claim it.
Well, I mean, if you download the game, Yeah, that's different. But I'm talking about if you have
Okay.
if you have the physical game itself. Like, say I bought
Oh,
Resident.
really?
Yeah, like if I bought Resident Evil 2 when I had Resident Evil 2,
Oh,
the physical copy
okay.
on the Xbox One.
Others are $5 to $10, says Jason. That's not bad though.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
it's
That's okay.
it's
Rather than like Nintendo making you rebuy them.
yeah, it's better than just paying another 75 bucks for the same game. So at least, they can do stuff like that. Like you said, Nintendo, they suck when it comes to that. They ported what was it? What was this? Xenoblade
Yeah.
Chronicles. They ported that 4 times. And
Yeah.
it's still at full price. That game came out, I believe that game came out on the Nintendo Wii. I think that game came out on that console.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. They really have. Oh man, and it makes the physical, like for Nintendo, it makes the physical like secondhand market obscene.
Yeah.
Like so obscene.
And very rarely do they have sales on anything, especially digital.
No.
Like, you should have looked, like I said it before, there was Attack on Titans 2. The video game that's for that. That game is still being sold at full price on the Nintendo eShop. That game is
Yeah.
that game, I think that game came out 7-8 years ago.
Yep.
And I'm
Exactly.
like, and you still want people to pay $50, $55, $60 for this shit?
Yep. Oh, exactly. No, and yeah, you can't use your last engine with Nintendo. Yeah, it's just like rebuy it because see, at least Sony is consistent with their PlayStation store being across, but no, Nintendo goes, all right, we're finally shutting down this iteration of our store for this specific console. And sometimes they give you options for things, but they're like, nope, opening up a new store down the road. We don't even know you as a customer. You know, like.
And y'all mark my words. I'm saying it right now. How much y'all want to bet that when the Switch 2 comes out, they're gonna force you to have to buy the games for that system. They're gonna make it so that, like when the new 3DS came out, like you couldn't play the old 3DS games on it. So
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing some bullshit like that, where it's like, oh, this is for the Switch 2. Your games won't work on this, so you have to buy a whole nother damn console and the same video game again,
Yeah.
so that you can play it.
Oh my god. Exactly, Jason. Yeah. That's why as soon as like, well, I just have like a DS and stuff. I just used Homebrew and I just,
Yeah, it's
I
just
just got free eShops while it was still a thing.
it just seems like no matter where you turn, some gaming company's trying to screw you over in some kind of way.
Yeah.
Whether it's bullshit DLC, whether it's broken games, whether it's just always some bullshit like that.
Yeah, but domestic loyalty is also huge in Japan. They make mad stacks off this in Japan. Like, the domestic market is so damn loyal. Like, that.
And nostalgia plays a part in that stuff too. Like, you got people that will defend Sony or Nintendo or even Microsoft. There are people defending the bullshit that Nutella's doing right now, because they're so in love with the Xbox. They don't want to admit when something's wrong. And I've never been that type of gamer. I call shit out. I love PC. I love PlayStation. I like Microsoft. I tolerate Nintendo. But when they do stupid shit that's going to screw us over, I'm going to call that shit out. I'm not just going to blindly follow them, because that's what they want. That's how they make their money. They want drones that are going to buy their product no matter what.
Yeah, well, yeah, the individualism Well, that's honestly, that could be into a huge thing, but the individualism of the West versus the collectivism of the East is one of those things where, like, oh, you're complaining about that? What's wrong with you? Versus, oh, you're complaining about that? Hell yeah. And I even said this in chat. I'm pretty sure the entire domestic market in Japan supports Nintendo. Pretty sure we are just extras, and it's just a cultural difference.
You think
That's what supports them collectively. It is.
You think it's like Halloween 3 over there?
What do you mean?
Like everybody's just that's the robot mentality way of thinking. They just been programmed to just think.
No, it's called your public face and your private face in Japan. Yeah, when you're out in public, yeah, you are. You're collectivist. The nail that sticks up gets hammered down. Yeah, that's how it is there. That's how it is in collectivist societies. You're doing it for the greater good. Whereas over here in the West, we're fuck you got mine. It's not about being a drone. It's just a different sense of public over there. It really is.
Understood.
I'm not kidding you.
Understood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really wish that that they would do better with these things, because it makes it very hard to be a gamer these days when you're getting screwed all over the place.
Yep.
That's why you have a lot of these stream channels that only play retro games. They play, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, because at least you could rely on that stuff. It's not going to be broken.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous. Anyways, let's move on here, because I want to talk about this one. Capcom, for the most part, Capcom has been doing pretty good over the past couple of years.
I love what Capcom villain arc, hero arc, villain arc, hero arc. Are you kidding? Capcom's been doing all right for a while. All right, yeah, but that just means they're about to go back into their villain arc soon.
Yeah, Capcom has been. If you're a wrestling fan, Capcom has been facing heels so many damn times. It's not even funny. This whole thing with Monster Hunter Wilds, and the amount of backlash that they're getting, because the game is pretty much unplayable if you're a Steam player. It's unplayable.
I saw so many fucking hilarious screenshots of how bad it was.
And it's like, come on, like this is what I'm talking about. Like, they had a date to get it out at, and they just release it as is. And these Steam players, some of these people they pre-ordered this stuff, and it's just it says Monster Hunter Wilds. This was released. I mean, this is an old article released Friday, so a little bit back. It says almost as soon as the PC version was in public hands, players reported issues with optimization, performances, and more. The game received praise from fans outside of the performance issues. Hit almost 1 million concurrent Steam players on the launch night. So the launch was great, because people were buying it because they want to play it. It says Capcom has responded to the issue and has provided some suggestions for fans as to how to fix their performance problems. So this is what Capcom has to say. If you are still experiencing issues, please also try the troubleshooting steps on the official Monster Hunter Wilds troubleshooting and issues reporting thread posted on the Steam community page, as they contain more details and additional steps that may help resolve your issue. In other words,
did you turn on and off again?
In other words,
what actually ended up being the problem?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really say. They pretty much, that statement just told me that you're shit out of luck and you're on your own. The fact that the players have to figure that shit out, they know they fucked up. They know they fucked up, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, I saw some. It's so funny. Yeah, I guess they got another patch too. And I also thought it was funny that it used frame gen. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because every game that has to do, like, the amount of fighting you have to do for frame gen is, yeah.
Well, you know what's funny about this whole thing? This article was from 6 days ago. I literally just, so I'm adding it in because it has to do with this game. It says that modders are trying to fix the PC performance on Monster Hunter Wilds. That's how bad it is.
Well, yeah, trust modders.
And it's like,
that's just classic.
it says Capcom's response did little to assure fans as it claimed to have polished the game as much as possible. Instead, it laid the responsibility on the players, asking them to update their graphics drivers and readjust their settings. So Capcom basically said, we gave you the game, fuck y'all, you're on your own. Y'all see what I'm talking about?
Figure it out. Oh yeah, it's happening with a lot of games. But yeah, if you use frame gen, that makes a lot of sense. Because like the amount of games I have to switch to DLSS, FSR, just to find the actual one. Like, it works fine on consoles where you really have two options. You want good graphics and shit FPS, or do you want shit, like, good FPS and shit graphics? But there's just, yeah. Because for me, I usually do not even edit, like, for graphics settings. So many of them, I just edit in my, in my graphics card setting. Like, you know, like, per program. And even just something like that can absolutely screw up everything. And usually that's what they mean by updating drivers. See, they're saying, like, updating drivers, but, you know, I've done enough fucking ITs. What they really mean is that's the easiest way to explain how to wipe your driver settings and reset them. Because it can be something as small as that. It can be something as small as that.
But even still, you know, when it comes to that, the fact that they released this game anyways, and they knew that fans were going to have problems with that, because you can't convince me that they didn't have people testing that game, and they knew that. It
depends on what they were testing it on. If it's using frame gen and they're using the 5000 series, yeah, of course not. That's the other thing. There's a huge disconnect in developers. It's like, yeah, of course you're going to download this 50 million gigabytes. Sorry, it wouldn't be gigabytes, but, you know, okay, you can download this 500 gigabyte game, but why is this taking you too long? Because we have our 200 gigabyte download speed, Silicon Valley, you know, but there is a free benchmark test. Yeah, and even the graphics, I think, were... like there was even a graphics patch, but there is a huge disconnect because it's really hard because at least in PlayStation it's like, okay, this is for PS5, right? And then for other ones it's like, okay, so your 2070 Super might be choking a little bit at this point. Jason said at the top, you can never, I'm not making a mistake or making excuses, but you really, at this point, you cannot predict the different combinations that people have. And the push, it's kind of like 50-50, because we're having a lot of these problems because of all this new technology that comes in, constantly updated, all of our, like, it's just, oh my god. It's so many millions of things, and I know this is someone who has to fine-tune every single game I play. I have to fine-tune the options in the game. I have to fine-tune the options in my, like, in my drivers. Like, I don't know.
But it really shouldn't be. I understand what you're saying, but that means that they really shouldn't be greedy assholes. Take your time with these games. If they know that there's a problem with stuff and there's connection issues or communication issues, then they need to take their time to sort this stuff out first. And then,
but they signed an agreement to have it out at a certain date, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem that's happening, is they signed for a certain date now, and that's how we're probably getting a lot of shit canceled too, is they have, like, the margins are so thin.
And you know the people who I feel the worst for the most, even more than the gamers, is the developers that they work to death on this stuff. They push
Oh
these
yeah,
people.
your 80 to 100-hour crunch times.
They're like,
Yep.
I don't work on video games. I build websites, and that stuff takes me sometimes weeks, sometimes months to get that stuff down. Sometimes even longer
And they
than
don't
that.
get paid anywhere near what they in Japan. They don't get paid anywhere near what we get paid either.
Yeah, these guys, these guys and these girls, they get worked to death, and they get
Yeah.
treated like shit. And it's like, on top of that, how would you like to have that on top of that? You need to have this game out by this time. We don't care what it looks like.
Yep.
And you end up with a game like X Blades from PS3 that looked like a freaking PS1 game on a PlayStation 3. It's bullshit, man. They need to stop being so damn greedy. Take your time with some of these games. I'd rather them take a couple of years to work on one game or two games than to push out a whole bunch of games that ain't even ready to be out yet.
It's just not viable, I don't think, at this point.
They did. I mean, look at GTA 5 and how long they milked that. Look at.
Yeah, but I mean, the AA industry and below is doing fantastic.
Yeah.
So at least we have that.
I think we'll be just fine with that if they would just take their time when it comes to this stuff. That's all that I'm saying. Give me
Time and money, two universal factors, isn't it?
yeah, give me quality over quantity any day. Anyways, though, and this is another one. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god, this was my favorite publicity stunt ever. This was my favorite publicity stunt.
This is just.
I love this. And I love how they're like, thank God no one actually got this. I would too.
And even the guy that did this article was kind of like, you can hear the sarcasm coming out of this. He's like shockingly nobody bought the $386,000 special edition of Dying Light that came with the parkour lessons and the full-size custom zombie survivor shelter.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, I had to double take that. When you sent me this article, I read it like 4 times just to make sure I wasn't reading shit.
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly. Then that's how you know the publicity stunt worked. See, that's how you know it worked. That's how you know it worked. If you had a reaction and you were like, what the hell? Who the hell would do that? That's it. It worked.
Oh my god.
This was actually, I can't believe this came back up because holy shit, when was this? I remember this, and I remember when this publicity stunt came out, and I thought this was so funny because, yeah, what do you get? Let me see. It
says collector's editions of the games can run some hefty prices, blah, blah, blah. It says you get 4 signed steelbook copies of Dying Light for the Xbox One version, 2 sets of Razer TMX headphones for 2 heads, branded night vision goggles, and a human-sized figure of one of the volatile enemies. Zombie survivor parkour lessons, and it says you get a photo of face skin on your Night Hunter character. What the hell is that?
You get your face put on it, yeah. Round trip to Techland, party with Steve the Zombie. What else do you get? Okay, but this one, honestly, a custom-built zombie survival shelter. A Unabomber shelter. I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh my god.
There's the extra Xbox copies. Yeah. Could you imagine, though? Like, this reminds me, okay, you know what this reminds me of? Bart's elephant from The Simpsons, where they're like, you can have an elephant, which the elephant's the thing, right? And then someone's like, and then Bart's like, I'll take the elephant. And then you hear whispering, and they're like, he says he's gonna take the elephant. I can only imagine if someone actually inquired about this, and they're like, He says he wants the Unabomber shed.
I don't understand. I don't understand it. And you know what the funny thing is? This is not the first time that they did this.
Yeah. Yeah,
They did it
it's a marketing ploy. That's all it was.
They did it back in 2015 with the Apocalypse edition of Dying Light.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just a marketing ploy.
You said it was.
Like, it was just a PR thing. That's all. And like I think it was even in the article later. Like, they actually said they were relieved no one actually took it.
Now you know that there's some dude out there. There's some person out there, like the same people that went on eBay and bought cardboard cutouts of the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
You know there's some dumb idiot. Duh, let me get this. I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, but honestly, for 386,000 American, I'll just buy a house.
But 386,000. If I ever spent $386,000 on any video game, I want everybody that knows me to beat the crap out of me.
Right?
That's what it comes down to. Like,
yeah.
hell no. First off, Dying Light ain't even worth $50.
No, it's a publicity stunt, dude. This wasn't actually serious.
Well, thank God
it wasn't serious.
Thank God it
wasn't.
No. Oh
no,
my God.
It's just funny. It's just a funny and retrospect thing.
Can you imagine if somebody actually did buy it? Like if you're just some rich trouser stain.
Yeah.
That just got money to throw away.
Yeah, it would be just like that, you know? He said he wants the zombie survival thing. Yeah, exactly.
Hold on a second. Let me respond to this here. And related nostalgia, man, don't get bad, man. don't do that to me, man. What's wrong with you? Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
I don't want no damn Resident Evil 5. Nothing. I don't want anything like that.
Leave Warrior Chris and take your game with me. That's all.
Hell no. A freaking Resident Evil 5 collection. You know, the only thing that would be good about that is I can take a hammer to multiple copies.
Yeah.
Just you seen that episode of Family Guy where Stewie and Brian, they got a copy of that Peter's favorite song, Surfing Birds, and they show it in slow motion. Stewie is just stomping the shit out of it. He just keeps coming back and shooting it and all that. Shoot, that's me. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Anyways, though, let's move on to something positive here, because I'm actually quite excited about this. There is a new Terminator game that is coming out. I'm a huge Terminator fan. For anyone that likes them, I mean, the games are pretty much hit or miss, but this is a new 2D Terminator game that's coming out September 5th, 2025.
It's actually a Karate Kid one coming out too. This is the new fad, I'm calling it.
Really?
I'm calling it right now. This is the new fad.
Well, if it's a new Karate Kid game, it'll probably be better than the one from NES, because it can't get no worse. But this is a new Terminator 2D No Fate, which is a new side-scrolling game that's going to be out for PC and consoles. The game features a retro-inspired 2D pixel art style, allowing players to control Sarah Connor, John Connor, or the T-800. So I'm guessing it'll be multiplayer. It says that the story is inspired by Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which is my favorite one out of the series. So it sounds like, from what I looked at, it looks like the Halloween game. Remember the Halloween 2D side scroller that I talked about? It's more along those lines, and I'm actually excited for it. This is the new fad.
I was about to say, this is it. See? Now they're going retro. It's so funny. Like, it is so funny, because I have seen these. I've seen a lot of, like, the 16-bit, like, old school retro graphics, and I was laughing. I'm like, oh man, like, this is the next fad that they're trying to cash in on. I'm hyped for them, but when I saw the Karate Kid one, I'm like, okay, this looks sick. But then I saw this too, and I'm like, here it comes. Here it comes. Nostalgia reigns. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Nostalgia. It's true. It is the new nostalgia bait. I love it, though, because, please, I love retro graphics.
Hey, you know it's going to work because I think that Halloween game that came out was one of the best ones that they ever did.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only other Halloween game that they ever came out with, I believe, was for the Atari 2600.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so,
the old retros.
yeah, so, I mean, they're going to be doing this stuff. You know they're going to be doing this stuff with, you know, with all of these movies. I wouldn't be surprised if Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or even a Child's Play video game in this style.
Yep. Oh, actually, wait, what did Jay say? We got Halloween and Evil Dead 2D games, and Terrifier also got one announced. See, there it is. I told you.
Those games already...
This is just like fashion. This is just like fashion, where there is one group that actually decides the full cycle of trends, like up to 10 years. That's literally how it is. And when I see this, I'm laughing because I'm like, okay, so everyone has agreed now that going retro is the new. This is going to be funny to see.
Hey, at least until they wear this out.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, you know, I'm all for it because the nostalgia train is good. I'm a fan of 2D side scrollers. You know, Double Dragon, Final Fight, Streets of Rage. Like, I grew up on that stuff. Alter Beast back in the arcade days. Y'all remember that? Power up. And then his shirt would rip off, and then he would turn into an animal, a werewolf or a dragon or a bear.
I always liked the old school turn-based RPGs, which are gone now. I wasn't into side scroller, but man, I miss the old RPGs.
You mean like the old Super Nintendo stuff, like, you know, what's it?
Or I'm talking, in my mind, it's Final Fantasy VI, baby. All the way is all I can think of.
Hey.
I've got sand in my boots.
So you talking about like
sand in my
you
boots.
talking about like games like Breath of Fire and all of that stuff back in the day?
Oh no, I'm talking like I had Dragon Core. Was Breath of Fire even before that? Because I'm talking 16-bit.
Yeah, Breath of Fire was on a Super Nintendo.
Was it actually? Oh, that's crazy. I played the PS2. I played Dragon Quarter. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, nostalgia. I mean, pun intended, because emulated nostalgia is in chat. So, yeah, I can. I could get down with that. I'm definitely.
I want more turn-based RPGs. Give me another Final. Actually, give me a Final Fantasy VI remake, and I will be fine.
For me, give me Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Man, if I could see Kefka. I've already seen remade Kefka in Final Fantasy 14, but like,
hey,
there's sand in my boots.
How is it like? Let me ask everybody a logical question. How is it that we come up with better ideas than they come up with, and they're the ones with all the money and the resources?
Because we're what they call in the industry idea guys. Where we just have ideas, but if you asked us to implement it, sell it, market it, do the logistics, find the funding, we'd be like, never mind.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
that's why.
All we got to do is dress up like robots like Eric Cartman did. Maybe we'll be able to get in the door. Dress up as Awesome.
Let me tell you about my robot friend. Oh, man.
That episode was funny. Anyway,
I love that episode.
Yeah, let's move on here. It says Suicide Squad's $200 million failure was so damaging it reportedly contributed to the cancellation of Monolith's Wonder Woman video game. That's bad. It says let's see, hold on. See, yeah, Wonder Woman was reportedly canceled partly because of Suicide Squad and the multiverse flop so badly. Earlier this week,
Yeah.
WB Games announced that it had scrapped the solo Wonder Woman game and closed down its studio Monolith Productions for good, alongside multiverse developers Player First and WB Games in San Diego. Damn. So they closed down 2 studios because of that. They lost $200 million.
Rough.
And to that, I ask a logical question. Who the hell asked for a Suicide Squad video game?
People who saw the Hollywood income and thinks that it translates to video game income, because video game and Hollywood pretty much are the same thing at this point.
Well, I mean, this was supposed to be an open world Wonder Woman game, which would have been, you know what? I'm not really a fan of Wonder Woman, but I do like her. You know, the idea of an open world Wonder Woman game, like how Batman has it, or Spider-Man, that would have been pretty cool.
Yep.
I mean, that sounds a hell of a lot.
I'm actually amazed multiverses. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not amazed that multiverses kind of flopped. Like, multiverses was fun for, I don't know, the first week. And then it was all sweats and tryhards and microtransactions. And I think it was just like, yeah.
And then
it was fun for a bit.
This is a big deal because Monolith Productions, they developed
a lot.
Yeah, they've been around for 3 decades. They produced Shadow of Mordor, Fear, No More Lives Lives here, and they shut them down for good because of that failure. And that's like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another company that's gone. So I mean, damn, all because they come up with these ideas that nobody asked for, nobody wanted.
Yep. They just go by trends and what sells.
And let this be a lesson. Like, and it's always funny because some of these companies say that they listen to their fan base. No, you don't. How long have people been asking Square Enix for a remake of Parasite Eve or a new Parasite Eve game? But
they lost the license for Parasite Eve. They lost the rights to the book, didn't they?
They don't have the money to get it back without as much money as they pull in.
No, it depends on the author of the book it's based on, right? I know that's why we got I know that's why we had an issue with the third game, right? Because it was a novel, and I don't know what the problem was, but it's owned by an author.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people had asked for that. They asked for a third Bushido Blade game that gets ignored. Capcom ignoring us about Dino Crisis and all of this stuff. They don't listen to their fan base. They're like, we're just going to put this out here and they're going to like it. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's the main...
It's risk versus reward, and there's no risk anymore. Risk anymore.
These companies can't continue to keep losing money like this because, again, companies like Capcom, they're not too big to make that one bad move that can shut them down. Everybody thought that Sega was going to be around. Sega was going to be a powerhouse, and they were, in the stuff against Nintendo. But look what happened to them.
Yep. And then this is how we get these stupid budgets, because just like Hollywood, oh, that flopped. Okay, we have to write our losses into the next budget. Yeah. That's the other thing. Right?
They're bleeding money. So it's like, and the thing is, like, it's worse when these developers, they start working on these games, they get halfway through the game or it's almost finished, and then they just cancel the shit. So that was just wasting money. Like, Capcom used to do that with the Mega Man stuff. Like, remember I told you they canceled 4 Rockman games before they finally came out with Rockman 9 and 10.
Why'd they cancel them? What happened?
They never gave us no reasons.
No.
There was...
Oh, wait, no, it's Japan. They would never. That's the other thing, where if we have to go back to the culture thing, Japan will fucking never disgrace their public face. That's why when shit gets hacked, shikataganai.
Well, I do know when they were working on Mega Man Legends 3, they had a website that allowed fans to go in and give their ideas on what they want to see in the game. And they blamed the fan base why they canceled it. They said that fans didn't give enough input. Even though people were going out and buying 3DSs specifically to play that game, they blamed it on them. The other 3 Mega Man games that came out, there was supposed to be one that was made by the developers that did the Metroid Prime games. So it's going to be like a first-person Mega Man game in the style of a Metroid Prime game. And they canceled that for no reason. So it's...
I would love to see I would honestly love to just see the financials for all these things. That has to be a shit show.
Yeah, that was back when Capcom was in their whole DLC phase, for Street Fighter 4. Let's just keep
the villain era.
Yeah, let's just keep releasing costumes for the same fucking characters over and over again.
Yep.
Yep. And the whole, half-ass re-releasing Street Fighter 4 with just a few new characters and just put a new title on it.
Yeah, and I think when they tried to revive Resident Evil, like with 7 and everything, like I think that was them leaving their villain phase, but I feel like once they came out with 3, and then all those stupid multiplayers, I feel like they've gone back to their villain phase again.
Yeah, just when, things were going really good too. And it's like, like I said, I love Capcom, but I'm going to call them out for bullshit like that. Because it's wrong. It's not right.
Yeah.
But since we're on the subject of, the whole suicide thing, since we were talking about Shadow of Mordor, it says that Shadow of Mordor's brilliant Nemesis system is locked away by Warner Bros. Patent until 2026, despite the studio being shut down. And that's funny. So the studio was just shut down, and it says last night, this was February 26th. So it says last night, Warner Brothers shocked the industry when it announced the closure of 3 studios, including Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor's Monolith Productions, founded in the 1990s, and that's been a part of Warner Brothers since 2004. It says the Nemesis system, for those who are unfamiliar, is a clever in-game mechanic which tracks a player's actions and creates enemies that feel capable of remembering past encounters. So, that's pretty cool. And it was supposed to be utilized in the Wonder Woman video game, although the project has now been canceled alongside the studio's closure, leaving the Nemesis system slowly lying unused and protected by Warner Brothers due to its successful patent application. So
I had to check a patent because I was looking up the patent for, I guess it's expired now. Last one for video game emulation. Yeah, Sanity system. Like, there's the whole bunch of stupid patents and stuff, right? Like, it's amazing what can be patented. Sorry, it just reminds me of, what is it? Sandy's Requiem?
I remember
Which one
that.
was it? Yes. And it's, who else? Okay, and this is the crazy thing. This is everyone who has a patent on a Sandy system. Nintendo has a patent on it. Konami has a patent on it. Sony has a patent on, Sony has cited that, Leviathan Entertainment, Morality System, Microsoft Corporation. Like, it's actually insane. How many, Sandy system for video game. System enhancing, like, it's actually insane. Sorry, I just wanted to check that because it's actually insane the amount of, like, things that get patented in video games.
Yeah. So basically they're going to have this thing until 2026, and then it'll probably go away unless they decide to sell it to another company, which they could also
then
do.
It becomes public use.
Yeah, can you imagine what
Public domain.
Can you imagine what indie game developers could do with something like that? A system like that?
Yeah, but honestly, now that it's been abandoned, it really well, okay, who would have it been claimed under though? Because the patent may become abandoned at some. Oh wait, no, that's Warner Brothers. Never mind, I misread. It's through Warner Brothers, not them.
Yeah. I mean, even still, it's a better system than what Bethesda's using.
True.
And we got one more thing here, and then that's it. It says Respawn's Entertainment new multiplayer FPS project has reportedly been canceled. This was as of March 6, 2025. The unannounced multiplayer FPS project that Respawn Entertainment has been working on has been canceled, as per the studio's former executive assistant production coordinator. According to the LinkedIn, which who the hell goes on there? Anyways, according to the LinkedIn profile,
LinkedIn is great for finding jobs.
Yeah, it is, but that's pretty much
all the jobs. That's about it, though. That's about it. That's the only thing it's good for is job posts.
Yeah, that's all it is good for.
You said that, and then I remembered every other part of LinkedIn, and I'm like, nah, I get it.
It's like, according to the LinkedIn profile of Emily Evans, former executive assistant production coordinator at Respawn Entertainment, the studio has been working on an unannounced FPS title that has been canceled this week. In her post, she mentioned that she had been a part of the incubation project for the past year. She now joins other talented people in the games industry who are searching for new roles. In other words, she ain't got no job.
Yeah. Yep.
So this game was announced back in December 2020, and nobody's heard about that shit. Now, was it announced or wasn't it announced? It says a unannounced video game. And then it says it was announced back in December 2020. Which one is it?
It probably wasn't it must have been like, okay. Was it announced under a code name or something?
It might have been, but it doesn't even say the code name here. It just says an unannounced FPS multiplayer shooter, as if we don't have enough of those damn things as it is.
Right.
Like, come on, do we really need another one of those?
Nope.
I can't.
We absolutely do not.
I can't sit here and say that I'm sad about that, man. You know, we need one more freaking, FPS multiplayer shooter.
Another one.
Because every time you turn around, that's what you get.
Another one.
There's another
one.
Yeah.
I don't
exactly.
Need it. It's bullshit, man. Let it go to the wayside, man. Anyways, though, that is it, folks. Thank y'all for joining us for episode 24 of the Hot Takes podcast. We will be back in 2 weeks for episode 25. I love every single one of y'all. Kelsey, it is always a pleasure. Always.
Thank you, Ken. It's great to be here.
Yes, I definitely needed this show. Thanks to everyone that showed up. I will see y'all next time. Y'all take care.
And I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.